Sunday edition of the Simple Mind Sports Show. I'm your host, Dr. Big Mac, where today I'll be talking about the Patriots Blues versus White scrimmage that happened Friday night at Gillette Stadium. I was there front and center. I was keeping a close eye on some certain things and wanted to bring it to your attention. So I decided to sneak down in the basement and record a little video for you. 15, 20-minute video. That's all you need. But first, welcome. For weekly Boston sports and sports news and stuff like this, subscribe, like, review, tell your friends, tell your mothers, and also tell them about I Love Boston Sports. Right now, if you go to simplemindsports.com and sign up for the newsletter, all you need to do is put your email in. You'll be entered into winning a Legends of Boston banner, as you can see right above my head here. It's a great for any man cave or any, maybe even your living room. If you're a bachelor, throw that right in there. And it's a good piece to have if you're a big fan of Boston sports. So do that and you can enter to win that. It's normally $100. You get it for free. All you got to do is put your email in, sign up for the newsletter where we send you all these videos, blogs, clips, you name it. It's there right in the newsletter. So go to simplemindsports.com, enter there, and also check out ilovebostonsports.com for other Boston sports apparel, art, hats. They got it all. Just go check them out. So let's start first with the scrimmage from the beginning, and it looked like this team was all business. When I rolled in, I think I got in there like 5:05. People were out there working with coaches one-on-one. Music was blasting, but it didn't seem like it was a jumping for joy kind of affair. It looked like it was a business type atmosphere. Players trying to get in their reps. Some of these guys know that they're fighting for a job, and they were going out there trying to compete and not just, show the fans, yay, it's the new season, look at us. It was all business. So things I was watching was, for first and foremost, the O-line, specifically Will Campbell. And as you can see in this picture right here, he is not very big. That's one thing that shocked me. He's very small. I mean, when people are talking when he was drafted and he's a small left tackle, you still think this guy's going to be a giant, but he looks small compared to everyone else on that line. And surprisingly, as a left tackle, you would think you'd be a big boy. He was not. He is very undersized. And yeah, some of the drills you were watching, and he was still getting beat. So that's going to be something to watch heavily this preseason. How many reps he gets in there during the joint practices, how he does against other teams' defense. So I'd keep an eye on that. But that is a very, very small left tackle. I'm not even talking about his arms. I'm just talking generally body size. He's a small man. The wide receiver room, that crowded wide receiver room I was watching. There's some drop balls. Jalen Polk had one I saw during warmups. Efton Chisholm was dropping the ball. It wasn't like they were all, I don't know, just didn't look like anything that was standing out. It was just a lot of drops. And, Kendrick Bourne was there in the beginning, warming up. He was just, happy to be there. Looked like, bobbing to the music, sign autographs for fans before the scrimmage, dabbing it up with fans. So that's I was keeping a close tabs on that. And the last thing I was keeping a close tabs on was the franchise quarterback, Drake Maye. He didn't look great, but we'll get to that with our positive and negative segment, which my first positive I had, Stephon Diggs. Rich was so wrong on this, and toot, I was right, because he is him, as Stephon Diggs would say. I am him. Watching him throughout the course of the day, he's fast as fuck. He was catching everything that was thrown his way, and he was getting yards after the catch. They were doing some short dropbacks with Drake Maye, throwing it to him during the scrimmage. Stephon Diggs was on blue, going up against white, which didn't have Carlton Davis, which didn't have Christian Gonzalez. So, every time the ball went to him, he was catching it and getting yards after the catch, and he was impressive. For having a torn ACL, he's still quick. He was still getting down the field. He was still running routes crisp and clean. From what I was watching, everything that he was doing, checking the right boxes. And I think he's going to be good to go for week one against the Raiders. I don't think he's going to get a lot of playing time this preseason during the games, but during the joint practices, I see him getting a lot of reps, one-on-one drills and stuff like that. But I think they're going to make sure that he is 100% good to go week one, which is shocking that a 31, 32-year-old guy coming off ACL surgery looks this good still. I think he's gonna have a great season. I think if he can stay healthy, if that knee holds up all season long, he'll be great. And I'm very excited for week 1 when he goes up against the Las Vegas Raiders. The second positive I had, Efton Chisholm. Yes, I said he dropped some passes during warmups, but during the practice, he was returning punts, and he is, as advertised, fast as fuck. Returning punts, didn't catch a lot of balls. I think he had one screen that he caught, made some positive yards after the catch for that. But other than that, I think they're going to try to keep him on here as a special teamer. I don't see him being brought to the practice squad because I think another team would pick him up. So I think they're going to try everything in their power to keep him here, maybe rolling with 6 wide receivers and having him be that 6 wide receiver that does a little bit of everything, spells out some wide receivers, goes out there, returns punts, because he's good. He's a good player, fast, which you need. I mean, in the slot, if Pop Douglas ever goes down, you can replace him. So yeah, I think that is a positive and a step in the right direction for Efton Chisholm after that scrimmage. And the last positive I have, the defense. They're as good as advertised. During the scrimmage, they were getting past the line, getting pressure on Drake Maye. He was wearing the no contact jersey, so they couldn't hit him. But everything they did, the only time that they had a big play against them was a flea flicker. Ramondre Stevenson, they handed it off to Stevenson. He then flipped it back to Drake Maye, who tossed it down the field to, I believe it was Jalen Polk or Kayshon Boutte. Don't remember which one, but it was one of those trick plays that got the defense. And, Vrabel probably wanted to throw that out there just to get the crowd hyped and get the oohs and ahs. But other than that, the offense wasn't really clicking. They didn't look that great, and the defense was looking great. I don't think it's the Alex Austin problem out there. I don't think that he's going to be the guy that's going to cause havoc. Hopefully Christian Gonzalez could get back there, and Carlton Davis. He was there just in sweatsuit. I don't think they wanted him to go, even though he's 100% healthy. I think he was just watching, making sure that he knows the calls and the lingo and all that stuff. So it was good to see the defense looking as good as advertised. And here's my negatives. The first, Kendrick Bourne injured. He did like a slant across the field and then got tackled, which they didn't want anything happening, but he did get tackled when he came up. He was limping. I don't know if it was an ankle or a knee, but something sprained, and he was held out for the rest of practice, went to the sideline, got checked out. Everything was good to go. He limped off, and that was the end of it for him. So other than that, the other negative I had was the wide receivers are, other than Stephon Diggs, they're mid. They're meh. Nothing impressive, nothing too shocking. They had some couple good catches, but other than that, nothing like stood out. No one was like, no Jalen Polk, no Kayshon Boutte. None of those guys really were out there impressing me. And that's not a good thing when you're going up against the second string cornerbacks out there. Second negative I have, the offensive line. They were struggling. Obviously, like I said, Drake Maye couldn't get hit, but they were getting pressure every single time down through there. It didn't look good. Will Campbell did get up one time and looked like he was grimacing in pain, kind of like limped and then kept going. But yeah, the offensive line, it's better than last year because all you can do is go up from 32. It's not going to be a top 20. I think you might be a 28, 29, if that. I don't think they're going to protect Drake Maye at all costs. I think they're going to have to, I don't know. Drake Maye is going to be doing some short screens, get that ball out as fast as possible. Other than that, run the ball because that offensive line is terrible. And it starts with your number 4 overall pick, Will Campbell. I think on this show, we're going to critique him at all costs because, when you spend that high of a draft pick on someone to protect your franchise quarterback, you want him to stand out, and he's not doing it. He's doing it in the wrong ways. He's doing it in the negative ways. So I don't think he's going to be a left tackle after the season. I think he's going to move to a guard position. But yeah, when you are undersized, small arms, and you're getting beat all the time, it's just not a good look for you. And you are the number 4 overall pick in the 2025 draft. So you should be standing out, showing that you are better than everybody. And he's not doing that. So that is another negative. And my final negative was Drake Maye. Speaking of franchise guys, the quarterback did not look good. Josh Dobbs looking great on the second side, on the white side. He was throwing the ball all over the field, spraying it. Receivers catching it. While Drake Maye had 2 interceptions. Just didn't look good. Looked a little frazzled when he was warming up. He was throwing the ball over receivers' heads, over tight end players' heads. He just didn't look comfortable. And if you're going to be taking that second-year leap, you'd think you'd start seeing signs of it, and I don't see it yet. I don't know. Drake Maye just didn't look good in this practice, in the scrimmage. So he also ended the scrimmage with an interception right after that. It was a clean interception. It wasn't tipped or anything, just right to the defender, right to the cornerback, and the horn blew, and that was it. And you could tell Mike Vrabel was fucking pissed, and that's not a good look to end a scrimmage like that with your franchise cornerback throwing to a second string cornerback, intercepting the ball on you to end it. So like I said, this was like a quick 15-minute show, and that's all I have for you. 3 positives, 3 negatives. The last negative being something that we should be watching heavily, because if he's not the guy, you're going to have to start all over again. So hopefully Drake Maye can figure the shit out, can look good, and hopefully it's just, training camp woes, and they're just throwing shit at him to make him realize what he's doing wrong. That's what I'm hoping for. We'll see a lot more this week as preseason for the Patriots begin against the Washington Commanders, who will be in town also for joint practices. So if you go down, you'll be able to see Jaden Daniels. Hopefully Terry McLaurin's still there, or he's a Patriots by then. Fat Deebo Samuel will be there. They were in the NFC Championship game last year, so that'll be a nice little test for the Patriots this week with joint practices and going up against that type of talent. But as I end the show, come watch us live every Thursday at 8:15 as we discuss everything happening for Boston sports. And if you love Boston sports, hit that subscribe button, leave a comment, leave a like, and tell your friends. And as always, tell your mothers. So I will see you guys Thursday at the recording. Bye-bye.